So here we have the device and we have my slippers in the background, and as a photo motive we have the camera application. I was playing around with it already. Usually you end up in the photos mode, and the first thing that you will notice, it's just like a normal kind of flagship device. You can take photos, you can also take quite quick some snaps, as you see here, without any issues. You can also hold to press like a burst shot. That is working quite nicely. So there you don't notice in terms of performance level, it's quite good. Also in terms of options, it has everything that you need there. Moving photo, watermark, ratios, filters, timer as well. Very nice feature, by the way, to have the timer here and not in settings. Huawei. Then we have a portrait mode. It's using the hardcore portrait filters. And here's the first big change that you see also to the Magic 6 series and some others that got. It's AI option here. AI enhanced portrait that allows you to enhance the portrait effect even more. But if you have background blur on, you see here, if you want to change the background blur, the AI enhancement turns off. First kind of indication that something is not where you might be like you want it. Hardcore Vibrant is the default style. You have hardcore colors, the original colors, basically hardcore classic. And there's some more styles, KP60, KE100, probably some film filter styles that are included here that you can use to choose to shoot portrait with, which is quite nice and handy. And a feature that is like keeping it above others. Video mode, here we have 4K 60 frames per second, but only on the main and the 3x lens. You can see it's like switching very nicely, and you can see also there's a color switch in there, which also shows like the calibration might not the best. And when you go into video mode, I switch now here, and it can go even like 10x. When I go down to 1x, let's see if it works. You can see it's just switching. It's not slowly zooming out like others would do in this situation. So this is a limitation that you will also get there. But it's not all bad, because even though they left out the movie mode, which I really like here and I'm using on the Honor Magic 6 RSR right now, we have a pro video mode. And this comes as a photo mode, but also as a video mode, and you have all the settings that you need to, and some more settings that you can set up here, for example histogram that you can set up if you want to. So it has some pro features there as well, which is quite nice, and the resolution that you can set up here, if you want to record in 21:9 4K or 16:9 4K, you can set it up here the way you want. You can also go in here, but you have the same limitation when it comes to 60 frames per second. There's only 3x and 1x. And does it change when I go in here and zoom in and zoom out now? No. It's the same without this animation. Sad, but it's true. Now let's go to the photos. And in photo mode, we have the ability to shoot RAW, not only JPEGs, by clicking in here, but then only the main camera sensor is in use. Under the More tabs, we have more things that are quite unique, like for example night video mode that I didn't see on any other flagships, like for example this one here, the Magic 6 RSR doesn't have it. I have only 1080p though, and 24 frames per second. And 2x and 1x. You can see there's not the possibility to go to the ultra wide angle or to the 3x lens. Then we have under more the aperture mode. I really like this aperture mode. This is like very good, not only for portrait shots, but you can use it for other things. And you have sadly only those 3 filters here. Would like to use the portrait filters as well in here. So Honor, if you're listening, maybe a software update can also fix that. Because the aperture mode allows you to also photograph objects, and I really like to photograph some of my tech, for example, for the channel. Then we have multi-video, and here you see me as well, try later. We have this feature already a long time ago. The back and the front can record at the same time. This is a very nice feature, but only limited to 1080p and 30 frames per second still. So I really would like them to also offer here maybe 4K at one point. But the rest is like known already. Super macro, there's story mode, there's stage mode. This is something that we don't have, for example, on the Magic 6 RSR, which allows you to photograph stages, and it's like a special mode that is like optimized for the lighting conditions and so on, to make it very easy to photograph concerts, for example. Scan documents is super useful. So if you have a little bit of a document Let me grab something quickly, like this here, for example, and want to scan it. It's identifying the document, you see, and if I do it, it's just like cutting it automatically out, and then you also have the possibility to optimize this document. So I have effects that I can make it black and white, more readable, sepia, and like this, colorful, or go to the original. So there are some options to optimize it and then export it and directly save it as a PDF. So you don't have to rely on a scanner, dedicated scanner. Do you still know what a scanner is? The kids nowadays probably don't. And then we have a dedicated night mode as well. So there's a quick run through the application there. I think now the questions are answered. What are the differences between this and the Magic 7 Pro, for example, or maybe any upcoming device, or even like the previous Magic 6 Pro, 6 RSR that I'm using for filming here right now? What are the differences between those on the Honor 400 Pro? So why it's not a true flagship in the camera department, even though it has nice features. You saw all those nice features here. And this is something, a limit that you might get somehow, sometimes, for certain things here. Biggest ones are probably the lack of the movie mode that I'm using right now, that has this nice great LUTs, like the classic LUT that I'm using here right now. The possibility to have 4K on all lenses is not there. 4K 60 frames per second, that is. And when you record videos, the zooming out feature is not really there. If you record video like this and I go like this, you can see you have this nice zoom option. But if I go a little bit like this, and then it's just switching, it's not having this little zoom option. Like if I'm 4.3, go to 1, it's just switching directly instead of zooming out slowly. So this is like, I know it's a nitpick, but this is what are the differences, because I got the question as I'm doing this video, what are the differences in terms of video, where you notice the difference in terms of flagship and a super mid-range device like the Honor 400 Pro. Is it still a flagship killer? For sure, because it has more than just the cameras.